Okay. Okay. Well, there we go. Finally. Jesus Christ. Oh, really? Now, that was working there, wasn't it? Yeah, that was working, yeah. Okay, finally. Oh, God. No, I did an update of my computer. Like, I very rarely update my computer because this is the sort of shit that happens. I can't test it until I go live. I had to fiddle with everything else to get all the audio back, but yeah. This is one of the wonders of Windows. You've got to keep on updating your Windows to keep your Windows working perfectly all right. And yeah, well, I've run an Enterprise Edition, so I've disabled all the updates to update only when I want to update rather than every month when it wants to update. So, you know, and I finally updated since, 2019. I think it was November 2019 was the last time I did an update. I've still got more updates wanting to be applied, but it's stuff that there was enough problems just doing that yearly roundup rather than the extras. Anyway, yeah, good morning everybody. Let me start again for the Dilbo Baggings, good day. David Boy, Mark McDoon, Chris Brand, Warren Thierot from Los Angeles. Yeah, Malcolm K, yes, we all got the audio sorted out now. Can't hear you, yep, it's right, good afternoon. Best laid plans of mice. Sean Mark, Mr. Mitch, we're all here. Teddy Bear 58, Malcolm K, where can I turn on the subtitles? I don't know, is there a subtitle thing? I don't know, does it do subtitles? Don't think it does. The subtitles doesn't work until it gets re-encoded. It's one of those things I got to deal with, but anyway. Fidelity Quester, yeah. So Mr. Mitch, we've got a big crowd here already. Robert Groves, g'day.
Morning, Warren.
G'day. So, yeah, g'day, Davey boy. How you doing?
Yeah, good mate. Sitting on the beach at Burleigh Heads, Queensland, just doing a bit of people watching. Great day.
People watching? What's people watching?
Like I'm parallel to the beach, and there's a walk path right along the beach, and it's very popular. Everybody just sort of walks up and down, walks their dogs, and yeah, just watching the world go by.
That's what we need to do. So, you know, I think that's the thing. Like, I chose one of the pictures I did from one of the, I think not the restaurant from last week, but the week before, when we went out to the nice green rice fields in the back there. That was another people watching event. There was lots of people there, all wandering out on this pier. Where's that pier thing? They were coming out to take photos on the end of the pier. Of course, we did the same thing as well. But people watching on the beach has always been fun. Lots of bikinis, I guess.
Plenty of bikinis. Yeah, definitely. It's a lovely day, so yeah, plenty of people are out. As it always is, it's only 5 minutes from home, so I thought I'd go and grab a coffee, get a towel, find a bit of grass and a nice pine tree, and just sit underneath and enjoy the afternoon.
Yeah, I remember sort of the days when I lived in Sydney. We used to pop down to Palm Beach. That's the very north head of the east coast of Sydney there. We used to have a lot of fun there. I remember one time we had a friend of mine who was parked underneath, I don't remember what he's actually doing. I think he was just underneath the pine tree there, and a squirrel come around and clawed his back to climb up the tree. It was one of the funniest things I've ever seen. And it scared the shit out of him too.
Yeah, I just took a short video and sent it to a couple of my friends in Thailand. They were amazed how nobody's wearing a mask. I said, no face masks?
I've got a little. I've got a little article. I don't know if that's going to come up. I was going to sort of highlight this one here, if I can find it. It was on Stick Boy, but I tried to bring it up earlier, and his website was running really, really bad. It looks like it's got a bit better now. There was the video that goes with it, but what we had here, so let me just get out of the screen. This was sort of something, let me just see if I can find the Twitter article. STICK, Stick Boy, and Twitter. He posted this on Twitter. He's been getting a lot of flack about this. This is the... let me just pause that and not play the audio because that's... This is a... Oh, come on, turn the audio off, I said. This was a bunch of foreigners, and it's really quite shocking. They got busted at this party down in Copenhagen, I think it is. Right, here they are partying in police detention as if nothing is wrong. Right, nothing has gone wrong. They're just sitting there partying away, right, just not a care in the world, no mask, no whatsoever. I wish they'd put him and throw him all in jail. There is strict laws we got around here, right? And they're breaking. Like, anyway, they walked out with a 4,000 baht fine and a suspended jail term. But yeah, so I can't remember how many of this. How many party goers was there? 89 foreigners and 20 Thais detained on Tuesday night while partying at the 360 bar in Copenhagen. Were handed fines and suspended jail sentences. They're totally oblivious to the fact that they're breaking sort of the emergency decree, right? And this is the thing, if there's a law, you abide by the law, right? And this is the thing that gets me is the fact that they wonder why Thailand has very, very low numbers of virus transmission. Well, what I saw in that video, right, and obviously the other photos that were taken, most of them are European and Westerners, right, totally oblivious to the fact, and they're all young people partying on. Oh, really? This is what's wrong with the world right now. This is why nobody in the West can get this virus under control, because people don't give a damn flying shit about it, I was going to say flying F, but trying to keep that. But yeah, such is life. Robert Mac in Asia, how you doing? But yes, all 100. There was actually another 100 supposedly escaped when the police raided the place. But all 109 were fined 4,000 baht and 1 year prison sentences, suspended for 1 year, violating the emergency decree. Right? If you're going to stay in another country, abide by the laws of the country. Right, that's the bottom line. I don't know where they get the idea, the fact that they're exempt from the law. Anyway, two others, the bar owner and the party organiser, were both fined 10,000 baht fines and given 2 year suspended sentences. I think they should have thrown him in jail. Might have taught him a lesson. This is the trouble. They're going too easy on this shit. Hearing took place via a video link from Koh Samui Provincial Court and the building beside Copenhagen Police Station where the party goers were being detained. Over 200 people had paid 100 baht for tickets to the party. However, when police raided the bar, around 100 managed to escape. And Stick Boy's been getting a lot of... He actually got called out by the people who organised this party to say, can you please take down that video? They're facing court. Really? Honestly, guys, you're breaking the damn law. Right? You should have the bloody book, the whole damn book thrown at you, seriously. But anyway, that's just my 2 cents worth on that one. I think it's absolutely ridiculous what goes on there. Anyway, we'll get to that other article shortly. Stephen Monash has been there. He's come in. How you doing, Stephen Monash? What jokes are you going to tell today? Hot dinner rolls with Vegemite for breakfast. Hot dinner. I don't know about that, Stephen. Anyway, Stephen Breakfast, hi Robert. They do need to teach critical thinking in schools, I know. I like to heat my rolls up. They got a free pass. They got I don't even know how to say that. They got a free pass. What are you doing, darling? You getting ready for work? What you doing, darling?
I don't know.
Come here, say hello.
No, not makeup.
You not makeup? They don't care. You're beautiful anyway. Come. Come here. People want to see you. They can hear you in the background.
Who hear me in the
They can hear the microphone. Come. Come on. See if we can get two people. You can kneel down here.
I cannot. I don't want to break.
Come down. Just down more.
Oh
down.
my god.
Down more. Down more.
Oh my god. Sawadee krap.
สวัสดีค่ะ
Yeah, so you ready? Where you getting ready? You got to go put makeup on.
Yep.
She doesn't need
I showered
makeup.
already.
Look, she look pretty. She look pretty every day. You don't need makeup.
I need
คุณสวยมาก
No need makeup. No need makeup.
David Boy says you not need makeup. Give me a kiss. Kiss me.
No way.
Job,
No.
Home job.
Okay.
So, yeah. What time we got to go and take Mother's motorcycle?
Not today, guys.
Oh, that's when we do Wednesday. Wednesday, yes.
Because tomorrow have to go.
That's where we have engagement party tomorrow.
Yeah, great in party.
Where you taking me for birthday party on Monday?
Monday.
Where you take me?
Secret.
Secret.
Just for secret for you.
She won't tell me anything.
Secret for gift. Secret for where to go.
Yeah.
Secret for anything.
Yes.
Yeah.
Birthday.
Birthday. It's okay.
And then Wednesday we go for lunch somewhere.
Yeah,
Where
I
you have
think.
idea for lunch next week?
Yep.
Where you think? Where you want to go? Where you want to go
I have many plan, but I tell you later.
You tell me later. Okay, darling. Anyway, so okay, you want to go? Get ready.
Oh.
Oi! You so old.
No, my dad. Bye, everybody.
Bye. Yeah, good shot. This one. Yeah, people like this shot. They want to see this shot. Yeah,
See
more,
what?
down more. They want to see inside here.
Oh, Marlon.
Okay. There we go. Get myself back in position. Alas, Davey boy, you'd have to catch that one on the actual stream because I can't stream back the camera into the Discord. But anyway. What have we got? David Boy, can you do anything about the amount of echo? Was it echoing? I didn't think it was echoing, was it?
I don't know. Maybe it's the wind here. I'm not quite sure.
I'm only seeing... Okay, let's say that again. Just do a sound check.
Testing 1, 2, 3. Testing 1, 2, 3.
Oh, okay. So that's what I got wrong. I still got to do a bit of an adjustment on this audio. So hold on, give me a break. It's a desktop audio device. That one there, desktop audio device. Okay, I think that's got it now.
Is that better?
Let me just see, just sound check again.
Testing 1, 2, 3.
Yeah, okay, you're not coming through on the second feed. Okay, sorry about that. It's the problems I get when I can't test this until somebody comes on and chats. It's quite a complicated setup. If you haven't actually seen it, what it is, look, I'll give you a bit of a snapshot because people don't know what it is. See, what I do is I run this desktop audio mixer, right? So it's like Stephen Clark has a nice little rig on his system there, but it's all manual, so nothing gets involved. But this thing here allows me to capture the audio feed from Discord and refeed it back in through the system. But because it's not a Windows product, I need to set all the other programs up because anytime you do a Windows update, it resets all your audio systems back to default, right? Because they don't give a shit what you had set up, and you got to go through and set all these things back up again, which is a bit of a pain in the ass. But anyway, I think we've now got it all sorted out, so just close that there. Yes, that's my little audio setup. Okay, so what have I missed? So yeah, Chanya come and give us a little... we were going to take Mother's motorcycle down to the motorcycle shop today to get that fixed up. She said, let's wait till Wednesday. So I don't have to worry too much about that one. If you hadn't seen the video, that's obviously in most recent video that we released yesterday, I did mention the fact that we're going to, another problem we got was fixing mother's motorcycle. Yeah, so we had our cousin Dan. She was riding mother's motorcycle about 18 months ago, ran up the back of a ute. Has done absolutely nothing about fixing it, you know. No, of course she doesn't have any money, of course. Dad comes down here every so often when she's broke. You know, she lives up in Sukhothai and works up in, oh, she works on the farm up in Sukhothai, so there's no real money to speak of. So, you know, anytime she needs to do, like, buy sort of school clothing or something like that, she comes down and spends about 4 weeks down here sort of in mother's little sweatshop to make a few bucks to buy the school clothing and things like that, you know. Such is life, such is Thailand. But yeah, so she went up the back of a flat top or a ute and dinged all the motorcycle up. So it's been a bit of a state for 18 months. You know, like it's been tied together with, you know, with cable ties and shit like that, so things don't fall off it. But it's
good old duct tape.
Oh well, we haven't resorted to duct tape. It's got cable ties at least anyway, holding it together. But yeah, so I said, look, you know, we bought the new Pheno hybrid basically for mother to replace the other motorcycle, but mother's, as I said in the video, she's a short ass. She's quite short, and she couldn't touch the ground when she was sitting on the seat. So she didn't want to ride it, so that's why Chanya rides it, and that's why we still have the old Pheno, because that's the only one the mother can ride properly, so she can still touch the ground, which is I just think it's so comical. Andy Stubbs, g'day, how you doing? Anyway, so you know, we got the old Pheno, we got the new Pheno, and I've just said let's just get it fixed up and get it, you know, like, fix the suspension on it, get the fairing done, get the lights done, check all electrics. If there's a problem with the rear brake at the moment, the cable's a bit on the loose side. I said, let's just take it to a guy and just get it fixed up, you know. And so we've done all the groundwork. We know what we're taking it to, and they sort of said to bring it in. And I couldn't figure out what he sort of said, and Chanya hasn't really done the translation. He sort of said, you can wait and we'll fix it for you on the spot. But I think there's at least a couple of hours work to be done there, so I don't think that we're going to be waiting for it. So we'll ride down on 2 motorcycles and ride back on the back of 1, you know, so while they spend a couple of days fixing it. Anyway, so what was that, Margaret? No longer sound like you're telling us when the train is arriving. Okay, fair enough. I don't know, it's like a train joke, you know, through the train intercom. Mr. Mitch, I always carry tape and zip ties in the boot of my car in case something needs attention. Yeah, I suppose that's one way. I just carry my wallet. That usually fixes everything over here. Sean Marg, been my experience in the younger generation, not interested in farming for no money. Yeah, I wonder how agriculture is going to survive in Thailand without factory farming and large cost increase. Yeah, that's a good question, Sean. I wonder how that would really sort of, the next generations, you know, in a generation or two. I was reading a comment by the Sultan of Brunei, and he says his great grandfather rode camels, right? His father rode camels. He rides around in a Mercedes. His son rides around in Land Rovers. His son's son rides around in Land Rovers, but his grandsons are probably going to be riding around in camels again, because the lifestyle that we lead, we strive to make things easy for ourselves, and we no longer understand what it really means to do hard work. And unfortunately, you go from rags to riches, and it eventually leads back to rags, which is, you know, what we're seeing in the currents of society make up here in Thailand. You know, the kids just don't want to work anymore. I keep on sort of, you know, picking on B, you know, Chanya's older brother. He still doesn't have a job. He's, what, Chanya's 36. He's 38 years old, still doesn't have a job. He comes around and helps mother out, you know, with the sewing bee, you know, probably a couple of hours a day. But that's his lot in life, you know. How they expect to achieve anything, and I don't know whether it's just the fact that the male part of the population over here just don't really give a flying frick about whether, you know, it's worth doing anything, you know. Complacency. But yeah, farming for no money. Yes, it's a bit of a tough call, that one, isn't it? But there's always food on the table. That's something the Thais always manage to do. They might be farming for no money, but they get 3 meals a day, and plenty of lau cow. That seems to keep them going. What do we got? Thanks for the offer of a lift, but I'll walk. Ron Dawson, hi Warren. You're a young 59. Hard to believe 60 is only a few months away. According a few months away, I turned 60 on Monday. that's how close I am to it. Yes, I don't show these sort of. I got a few little, you know, smile lines and creases up in here, but you know, I seem to have aged well. I don't know what it is. I think it's probably all the drug abuse when I was young. Who knows?
I can relate.
You can relate to that, can you?
Well, I can relate.
I say drug abuse. Like I wouldn't just say an addict. I was just saying I was a staunch user of the cannabis, but I didn't over abuse it. You know, like it was just one of those sort of things that you get home from, like in America, you see all American sitcoms. The husband would come home from work, you know, and he'd sit down in the armchair, and first thing he's doing is he's pouring himself a whiskey to unwind. Well, you know, I would just bubble away a couple of shots, you know, and that was my evening wind down when I got home, and then sort of when I woke up in the morning. When I wake up in the morning, I'd bubble away a couple of shots to wake up, and you know, put myself in the right mood for you know dealing with corporate society, or whatever I happened to be doing at the time. But I'd done that pretty much from the age of 18, except of course in the periods of the year where it was very hard to get a hold of. But you know the September through to April period, that was my daily libations, and quite honestly believe that it's a drug for keeping you young, if you use it in that manner. Like a couple here, couple of there a day, you know. It lets you just relax and unwind, you know. But anyway, I'm sure that people will shoot me down in flames on that one. But there was an article that I don't know if it's up on. Did I post it? I think I did post it on my Twitter feed. Where's my Twitter? I did post it on my Twitter feed. Let's see if no, that was Twitch feed. Twitter. Twitter home. Thank you very much. I don't know how far back it is, of course, but I'm pretty sure I did post something recently there. There we go. There's the article there. Yes, as of January, that's it. I think this was posted yesterday. As of today, hemp now legal to grow in Thailand. Hemp is now legal to grow in Thailand. The Food and Drug Administration announced the general public can seek permission. The general public can seek permission to grow hemp for commercial, medical, educational, personal, traditional and cultural purposes. Hemp for personal. You've got to apply for it, but you can apply. Yeah, basically hemp, but it's hemp, not the THC. No THC producing. But how they're going to police that is going to be a bit of an interesting, situation as far as and how many people are going to vie ignorance, plead ignorance when suddenly my hemp crop started to flower, so I had to cut them off. Had to cut the flowers off because I couldn't have my hemp crop growing flowers. If you didn't know, the flowers are the part that you smoke in the traditional, cannabis plant. But yes, there will be training sessions and education to educate the public about the laws and regulations on hemp, as well as health-related products made from hemp. According to the FDA's Deputy Secretary General, I won't pronounce his name, this new regulation allows the acquisition, production and possession of hemp. Hemp exports are allowed, but import of hemp seeds are not allowed. Interesting. The public must first get permission from the FDA before growing hemp. A request can be filed at the FDA's Bangkok office or at provincial health offices. Those who want to import the hemp seeds must seek permission from the FDA only. But I'm pretty sure that we're going to have enough seeds internally to mitigate the requirement for that. But anyway, so there we go. Hemp is now legal to grow in Thailand. There you go. What's that? Hemp will make visa runs easier? Or I missed that one, Stephen. Young whippersnapper, you always show some timestamps. I don't have timestamps on that one there. It does, okay. I might look at that one there rather than that one there. Young whippersnapper, 10:25. What time is it? Okay, that was 4 minutes ago. Yeah. 55 in 2 weeks. Mark Verdun, 55. Oh, that was when I came to Thailand. You should be heading your way here soon yourself. Thanks for the reminder. Yeah, 59 in May. Yeah, Stephen said also putting on a few years.
55. That's my time. I'd like to come over and retire.
Yeah, well, I would just say you can do it at 50 if you can put the money together.
Yeah, no, another few more years for me.
Ron Dawson, Warren Booze keeps you young, awesome. I am good to go. I don't know. There's a lot of people that are into the drinking alcohol for every day. I just remember what they look like. Before I left Australia, they looked like they were a good 10 years older than their actual age, rather than 10 years younger. Something about booze does that to you. I don't know. It just makes you cranky. I don't know. I don't think it really relaxes you. That's what the problem is. Will Thailand ever export medicinal chemists like the Thai sticks of the 70s? God, that was some of the best. That was some of the best smoking back in the late 70s. The traditional Thai stick. Of course, they got pretty small towards the late 70s, but I only ever saw a couple from the early 70s because I wasn't really. That was in my early years because I left in 75 to go to England, and I was only 15 then, so I wasn't a smoker back then, but I do know people who were smokers, and I did see the size of the Thai sticks in the early 70s. They were like, things about that round and about that long, for, I think they wanted $30 for one of those. Coming back in the late 70s, when I was buying the stuff, it was like pencil thin and half the size. And I still wanted $30 for them. Oh my God. But yeah, okay. Anyway, so yeah, as I said, I don't know how they're going to. Is that a Satvia? Can't really tell. Yeah, so they're going to police the obviously production of the flowering versions. So pretty much, to grow hemp, you grow male plants because they grow long and stringy, and female plants, you have to pull the female plants out. They are actually sort of they are gender-specific plants. If people didn't know that, there are strains as well that grow much stringier and don't flower. But they're pretty much, unfortunately, you need the flowers to get the seeds. So it's going to be a real weird mix, because the fact that flowering hemp, right, is still going to have THC in it. It's just, I love the way they think about this sort of stuff. But anyway, or a Nicky Pop Gertie, so thank you very much. Anyway, I thought I might go on to this next article here. One of my followers from England sort of brought this article up. Thailand sees recovery in COVID passports for quarantine-free travel. Of course, this is not sanctioned yet. This is again a lot of the talking that goes on. There's a lot of talking goes along. Oh, really? There's just way too much talking that goes on into Thailand. Nothing ever seems to get done. Yeah, I tried to find a more upbeat article, but I couldn't find it. Like Bangkok, trying to scroll back to 26th of January can be a bit of a challenge. Ziggy Stardust. Cheech and Chong. Dave, somebody's at the door.
Yeah.
Dave.
Open the door, man. Open the door. It's me, Dave.
Dave, man. Dave.
It's me, Dave. Open the door.
Dave's not here, man. That was a classic movie. I must go and get that movie again somewhere along the line. What if it's still available? I
tell you who's doing that. Who's doing a packet on a farm in a Belushi farm.
Yeah, what's that?
Is it James Belushi? He's got massive crops in the States that he sells.
Does he?
He sells. Yeah, you'll have to Google him. Belushi farm.
If I know how to spell it.
James Belushi. What is it? Like the Blues Brother Belushi. B-E-L-U Belushi farm.
The James Belushi farm.
Yeah, I'm just trying to think of the actual farm's name.
James Belushi Pot Farm, Oregon. There we go. Let's just see if we... there we go. Some pictures of the Belushi farm in Oregon.
Oh yeah, that's the one. Making a packet.
Belushi farm pleased to offer exclusive Belushi Brothers face masks to prevent the right, whatever. We're going to actually sort of look at all that lovely, juicy little nuggets.
Look at him. Look at those jars.
Yes, look at the jars.
El Primo.
Yeah, El Primo, exactly. I would have thought to see more interesting photos.
I follow his Facebook page, and oh my God, you want to see some of the pictures of the heads that he puts out? Amazing.
Is that vertical farming he's doing? Oh no, that's his drying shed. It's a lovely purple shade, that one, isn't it?
Bit of purple haze. Oh.
Look at those crystals, man. Look at those crystals.
Oh no, you're going to start growing in Thailand, aren't you?
I'm going to have to just see if I can zoom in. Is that going to give me a zoom function? No, it's not going to zoom for me. I can't get a better zoom on that, and I can't open it. No, great, thank you.
Look at all those white crystals.
That's one way to take it. Oh, really? I think it's still better when you heat it up. I didn't realise how much he did look like his older brother.
Well, they got one thing in common.
Wasn't John into the whiskey? Well, he was a whiskey drinker, wasn't he?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, it's nice looking
heavy
farms.
drinker.
Nice looking farm. Yeah, anyway, bit of a sideline, and let's talk about other things rather than Thailand. Let's get back to this one here. So, anyway, getting back to this article, Thailand travellers who have been vaccinated against Thailand against COVID-19 could skip quarantine upon entry Thailand under the scheme proposed by tourism officials. Mate, they're coming out with a new idea every week because they are bleeding. They are bleeding money. They really are. Like there's all these people in the Thailand Tourist Authority still getting paid by the government, and there's no tourists. They've got to come up with these fancy ideas to justify their existence for their high-paying jobs. But in reality, 73% was that tourist revenue collapsed by about 73% last year after borders were shut and to contain the virus spread, falling from 3 trillion baht. So that's 300 million US, isn't it? 3 trillion baht. I don't know. In 2019 to just over 800 billion last year. So it's a good sizable chunk of dough that's been lost. Through a comprehensive set of plans dubbed the Phoenix Institute. I can't even say. I give up trying to say these names. They want to get back to 1.2 trillion, and they're coming up. There's all these fanciful, numbers, right? And nothing seems to be happening, right? It's just, I think they're smoking too much dope, honestly. But international travel should still play an important role. Of the 812.7 billion generated last year, 41% came from abroad and 59% came from domestic trips. Don't forget there was still a good 2 months of beginning of last year that are included in this figure. And that's where most of that 41% and that, the most of the, what they need to do is from April. Can we have the 3 quarters last year, the last 3 quarters revenue compared to the previous year, and let's look at the real numbers. Not trying to give you, not trying to inflate these fancy figures. I
was actually in Sukhumvit the start of February of last year, all of February. I had to get back to Australia at the start of March before the COVID, and it was just starting to die down.
And you didn't come and drink with us, you slacker. We were still partying on in February, I know, because we talk about it. The bars were still open. I think we're still.
Yeah, well, I was in where did I stay? I stayed Soy 11 in Sukhumvit. So.
Well, you weren't just around the corner from us. We hang out in Soy 7.1. Come on. It was only
7.1, eh? Yeah, Yeah, I think I visited there quite frequently.
What to go and see Susie's bar? Of course, yes. For Susie's bar. Susie's bar. Susie. Yeah. You go to you go to Susie's bar. Yes, I know. You weren't going to those other seedy joints, were you?
I think I went to Chrome Massage, if I remember as well.
Chrome Massage. We won't mention the fact that that's a soapy massage.
Oh, that's the one. Yeah, that's the one.
That's the one. Okay. Fair enough. To each their own. I still want to go and have a soapy massage. I've never had one of those. I want to see what they're all about.
And I think, what was the other one? In Soy 10. Oh, geez. Is it open bar? No.
Soy 10.
Open bar?
I have to bring up a Soy 10. I got to remember where Soy 10 is. Maps. I know.
10 or 12, I can't remember now. Check-in bar, that's it.
Check-in, isn't that around I think I know where the check-in is.
Yeah, check-in's in 12, I believe it's in 12. It's a ladyboy, it's fantastic. You go there, have a great time, play pool.
Check-in bar, yeah, it is check-in bar.
Is it 12? 12 or 10?
It's off the alley of 10.
Off the alley of 10, that's right. Just in a little, as soon as you turn down 10, it's just like a little left-hand alley.
Yeah, you got some photos there. So a nice little statue. Some interesting. I don't know what that is. That's just that's just aluminium foil around the glass to keep it cool, is it?
Ring the bell. Ring the bell. Go there. Ring the bell.
Ring the bell. I think one of my other friends sort of said that it was a ladyboy bar, but sort of. I think
it's a fun place. It really is.
I did walk through the alley there one time, but everything was shut up. 360, yeah. Jess and Sons. Let's go back a bit. I thought it was just. Okay, let's sook a bit.
You've got a good YouTube channel as well.
Oh, here it is. That's right. You can't. There is no street view. It's actually just through it there.
It's there. It's just straight ahead. Yeah, straight ahead there.
Yeah, that's the one. And the lollipop
there,
massage bar. Yeah. Yeah, I'm pretty sure you can't. We can't get. We can't get a street view on it because it's. Yeah. So. Yeah. Unfortunately, there is no street there. There is no street view. It's just in the air. Sorry about that. You can't get a closer view. Yeah, but yeah, I do know where the place is here now. But I have to admit, I haven't been there. I've walked through the little alleyway, but that's about all I did.
It's a fun place.
Yeah, anyway, long haul traveller. He said long haul travellers could start arriving in April with those Jurgens underway in the industry. Yeah, so that's all fanciful talk, but there's nothing been sort of solidified anywhere in any way, shape or form. Currently, the vaccine that they had arriving in February has been put on delay because of some export restrictions out of Europe or Germany. And oh my God, seriously. And this is Wednesday. Health official 959 reported new cases. Yeah, so we've still got something happening here, with the fresh outlook and the fresh what do you call it, outbreak in Samosakon. The numbers are looking fairly good in Bangkok itself, but ultimately,
I think my girlfriend was saying the schools might open up next month.
Yeah, well, we're hoping. They said that'll help Chanya's business out as well, so to get some school kids back in, or university students back in, who But again, that because everything's shut down and a lot of businesses are hurting, people, like having your hair done is like tertiary to putting on food on the table, and pretty much everybody's run out of gold to sell. That's the way it is over here in Thailand. It's ridiculous. People are hurting pretty bad. They need to, they need to make sure that, when people like that Copenhagen issue sort of is highlighted, don't let them off with 4,000, maybe sort of 40,000 baht fines, maybe sort of put them in jail for a week, Unfortunately, the jails are already full. But yeah, so that slap on the wrist is just no deterrent for people just misbehaving. The only way we're going to nip this thing in the bud is to adhere to the way that the things are supposed to be adhered to. Social distancing, masks, the whole thing. Anyway, what have I missed so far on the stream here so far? Looking at the time, 46, 44, 43. Check-in bar, check-in. Just watched a string of videos about soys and patia. Who's doing those
Soy
streams?
6 patia.
Soy 6? Is that anybody in particular we know? Is it Nick out in... I don't think Nick's been doing any sort of walk-through bars. He's been doing his boots on the ground broadcast to give you an update of what's going on. Marvadu and round COVID 10001001. I think there's only 6 districts now, or 6 provinces now that are still in the red. Bangkok, they're still holding off on Bangkok at the moment because of another DJ issue. This is another thing that's blown up this week.
It was Buzzin' Pattaya. Buzzin' Pattaya.
Buzzin' Pattaya. Yeah, so there's a DJ with a party that happened about 3 or 4 weeks ago, which is still, been tight-lipped by the party goers. So I said, grab their phones, get them, unlock them, and then sort of go to Google tracking, and then track their distance for the last 30 days. How hard is that? I don't know. Maybe they got a law about they can't open their phones or something. I don't know. Ask Google to request Google to give the tracking details directly. Everybody's been tracked. Seriously. It's not like they don't turn off their location tracking, because that wouldn't work on Facebook if they wanted to check in somewhere. Got to think outside the box for these people. But yeah, so that's one of the things in Bangkok now. This DJ, they're still finding spreaders from this DJ party. So that's why they're going to hold off for probably another week for this one. Walking Street, as I said, Walking Street is a ghost town. My mate went there and filled the other, and filled or filmed?
Filmed.
Filmed, yeah, okay, filmed. I thought that might have been filmed. 80% completely closed, gutted furniture out. Yeah, I know. It's just, it's not a pretty sight. But yeah, there are a few channels down there doing what what's going on. I was gonna do a run into Bangkok and do a couple of walkthroughs like that, but I just don't feel like bringing that to light. They're the sad times of Bangkok. It's
very grim.
Yeah, I believe Susie's still got her restaurant open. Let me sort of know if I can do this without sort of. I got to make sure. Let me see if I do it on off screen, so I. Excuse me. I'll do it off screen so it doesn't affect any privacy issues. Is it Down Under Bar? DOWN Down Under Bar and Grill. Okay, so there we go. So let's throw that one into that one there. There we go. Right, so as you can see from her Down Under Bar and Grill, the picture sort of indicates that they were open on Australia. Oh, let me get out of the picture was open on, I don't know who the new blonde there, cutie. Yeah, so it looks like they were open on Australia Day. The Sports Tiger 2 restaurant. Yeah, okay. I'm not quite sure whether it qualifies as a restaurant, but that's what they're doing. So 12th of January, the new normal. Doesn't look like there's anybody in. Oh, there was one person in there on the 12th. Food, takeaway food, both, but they can't serve alcohol for some reason. Yeah, do not sell. So there it is. So saying you can come in for a meal, but you can't. And soft drinks, but you can't. They can't serve alcohol. Yeah, takeaway burger, sandwich club, beef pie, Thai food, 80 to 120 baht. They get the little down under check-in thing. Customers from do not sell any alcohol because license, location, disease, blah blah blah. Yeah, so that was a bit of a sad sort of time for Susie. But as soon as the bars are allowed to open again, I will be going and supporting my favourite hostess, right, and looking on at all the people wandering into the magic table. Anyway. It's just one of those sort of things. So because there's no bars open, there's really been hardly any reason to go into Bangkok. I think Jerry put on the what do you call it, the meetup again last Friday. that was back into doing the meetups, so there's an excuse to go in now, but I'd rather wait another couple of weeks before I'd be sort of venturing in, because it's a bit of a jaunt for me. It's a good hour's trip on, to get in there and everything else. So I don't want to sort of go down and sort of, feel disappointed about the state of Bangkok at the moment. So what are we missing? Susie posted on a Facebook update, looked like she was open. Yeah, she's open, but that's it. She's open, but not for alcohol. Yeah, Patia's opening. I think I saw that post that Patia was closing their, opening up, or they're putting. Yeah, let's just say they're opening up. The decree is being less. The decree is still there, but it's being lessened, if that's the right word, lessened. No local transmission cases in Australia, only quarantined hotels from returning travellers. Yeah, well, at least Australia started doing what Thailand has been doing. Australia obviously makes it a bit easier to quarantine, because you don't have people, unless of course they're letting the boats through. But again, those boat trips they don't just run across the water. They take a few weeks, and so pretty much I don't think there is any boat people trying to get across, because that would be opening up any sort of boat trips to a closed quarantine themselves, and but yeah, local transmission case. Yeah, so it's easy to enforce it, because you've got water all around. What are you doing? Whistling? What's the whistling from? Davey?
No, it's not me.
There's something outside.
Oh, it could be a bird or something, but no, it wasn't me.
I was wondering what the whistling was.
Oh, it is a bird.
It is. It's one of those. Was it New Guinea? Is it birds? They give that howling scream, is it? Can't quite tell. Yeah. Anyway. William, good morning, William. How you doing? Everything's fine here. Not much to report. We've brought a couple of articles up so far. I keep on looking at my screen, and there's like this up on my screen. If you look where the mouse pointer is there, this little bird. And I keep on looking there. I want to go and wipe it off the screen, as if it looks like a bug. But anyway. Anyway, I'm going to hand it over to you guys. I want to try and see if I can follow what's going on in the conversation. What's happening around the rest of the world? So Davey tells us that it's all quiet on the eastern coast of Queensland there, with no masks and everything else.
No masks, no.
What are those birds that make the turkey squabbling noise? Yeah. I don't know quite what turkey gobbling noise sounds. I don't know.
Gobble, gobble?
Isn't that turkey? Turkeys make that noise, don't they? Anyway, so what's happening around the rest of the world? Give the 30-second delay or whatever for people to actually write something down. What's happening around the rest of the world? Any questions you want to ask, just throw them out this way. Excitement meter still high in Perth. Is that right? Is that like you're not getting that confused with the what they call it, the fire danger meter? Like I'm pretty sure that would be pretty high, but excitement meter, I don't think they did have one in. Is there any excitement in Perth at all? That's a good question. Warren, the UK is in total lockdown. People are banned from travelling out. Is that how bad it is? I've been trying to avoid it. I've been playing games all week. That's the thing. There's nothing but bad news. I can't really find anything good to talk about. It's getting that way. Andy Stubbs. There used to be medical certificates required years ago for travelling overseas. So some people have been telling me. Yeah, well, when I travelled to England in '75, we actually went through Singapore, Bangkok, Bahrain, Frankfurt, and then final stop was London. I had to have yellow fever because we were stopped with, the plane was stopping for 2 hours in Singapore. You had to have a yellow fever certificate. I think there was also, you had to have typhoid was one of the other things. So yellow fever, typhoid, and there was a third one. I'm not quite sure what the third one was, but we had to have those injections done. That's right. I had to have smallpox. That's when I got my smallpox vaccination. I had to have smallpox for being in England. It's just one of the mandates, and you had little yellow card that went with your passport, which was your vaccination certificate. I'm pretty sure it was yellow. As best as I can recall, it was yellow. God, that was a few years ago. But yes, and that's even as I said, the yellow fever. That was the thing, just for stopping in Singapore, right? And we also had to have our hair cut because I had long hair back then. When I was 15. I didn't have my hair cut, or long-haired lout, as they say, ne'er they will. But yeah, I had to have my hair cut sort of short back in size to go through Singapore as well. Or so my mother told me. I think she was just looking for an excuse to cut my hair. But such is life. No hottie alerts in Perth. Was there ever any hottie alerts in Perth, Stephen? That's what we'd like to know. I've been mostly isolating here in Los Angeles, yes, since late March. Okay, Mark, for their own good, all yours. okay, fair enough. You and Chanya have ordered my minions from going. I ordered your minions from going out. Okay. Mine for Mark. You should have a hottie. You should have your hottie maids. Okay, fair enough. Absolutely correct. I didn't really want to read through. I'm just trying to look for questions. Anybody got anything interesting to report? I don't want to sort of give a sort of a blow-by-blow narration of what the chat is. You guys can chat amongst yourselves. Charles Fox, thank you very much. Happy birthday for your. You're 43. And how many months on top of 43 is that? 43 and 240 months? I think that's, yeah. You're the same as me, 43. I'm 40 in 3 days' time and 240 months because what's 240 months between friends? I remember vaguely now that my first trip overseas in 75 about getting the jab. So that was my recollection. There was nothing on the way back. There was no requirement for any jabs on the way back in 78. Or not that I can recall. Maybe I was just having too much of a good time to not worry about the bad stuff. I really enjoyed my time, but that's the 3 years I spent in Scotland. I really enjoyed. I don't think I enjoyed them as much as what I did over here, but I had to actually go to school over there. But life was fun. Life was fun and on the whole generally carefree. My father was actually based over in England on an Australian salary. So we actually lived a little bit like kings for those 3 years. And of course, Australian salary and of course, but living away from home salary and all that sort of stuff, and all the extra lurks and perks that government jobs got back in those days. They don't get anywhere near like lurks and perks these days. No, I am 66, so you're 46 in a few months, and it's your 43rd anniversary. 43 years together. That's a good innings. Hope the stairs are closed and the take them fair enough. I'm not going to read what Stephen says anymore. Lucky if I can get free pens. Lucky if I can get free pens. No, I think you have to steal the pens from the Australian Defence Department now. They don't give them away for free. That's a 5-finger discount, along with the calculators. They keep on buying calculators and computers every year to spend their budget, because that's what they do. If they don't spend their budgets get reduced. Well, I don't know if it's really the case these days, but that's what my father used to come home and he said, "Oh, you always do." I think I remember sort of this is sort of 71, 72. He came home with this HP 45 calculator. I don't know if you know the computing system. I think HP 45 came home with the HP 45 calculator, which is a programmable calculator, right? And I said, "What do you use these things for?" He says, "Oh, just to do just they're like a calculator, but they were the most expensive calculators on the market. Now they cost a fortune, but everybody got one. Why? Because they had to spend their budget." And that went on for a number of years. Until he actually retired, he still kept telling me about the ridiculous spending they had to do for their budgets every year. Because if they didn't spend their budget, they didn't get it. They had to cut the next year. Mr. Mitch got a jab yesterday, so I'm for feeling. Okay, you're feeling better. Is that what you're doing? I quite can't make that out. I just
That's
read
what the jab does to you.
Yeah, I know. I just read the third employee of the local hospital died of COVID-19. Okay, that's not good. Oh, the latest I did read was the fact that that one that's been having some problems, they're now not recommending for anybody over the age of 65 because of the ongoing death situation from receiving the jab. So people have been perfectly right on the hospitals and sort of social distancing, and now they're jabbing them for an antiviral and killing them off. Good move, that one. Anyway, we're not good at decoding Mr. Mitch. Steady on. He's almost 40 in a few months. Come on, and you're almost 39 in a few months. Anyway, I don't know. We can sit here and talk amongst yourselves for the next hour, but I've got nothing to talk about. There was one thing I was going to do. Maybe I'll do it for next week. I was going to go through and sort of respond online. I could do it here, but I have to do it carefully. I'd have to read them out. I was going to actually go through my my comment section on. There's been some interesting comments recently, which they make me laugh, but I have to sort of be a little bit coy about responses. Thank you for supporting the channel. With your views and comments. But I might actually go and do that one next week, to go through and critique some of the comments openly on the live stream, because I can talk about it, but I really can't write anything bad. We are under strict community guidelines laws. If you say something about the wrong person about the wrong time, they can, people can sort of complain and have your channel shut down. So Charles Cox, in line for injection was several miles. I will wait for Johnson & Johnson one. Yeah, the Johnson & Johnson one, that's the one that's only going to have a single shot, isn't it? Love the Ricefield restaurant. Yeah, I got some images from the one from yesterday as well. And David's messaged me. What's David messaging?
Right parallel to the beach. Speaking of the beach.
This is you, David, is it?
That's me.
Oh, you want me to I can play it for you if you want.
That's where I'm at.
Right, that's all right. Hold on a second. Let me just put a pause. Right, and get out of the screen. And and I go. Oh, go to Messenger. Messenger, come on, let's close that thing. Let's go to Messenger. At least I can get a full screen on it. Home, Messenger. least I get a better, we can get a better view, and we can bring it back to the beginning, and we can put the audio on.
A lot of people walk on this path. It's right parallel to the beach. Speaking of the beach.
Oh, that's what I missed. I missed some
the beach
surf.
right there. It's a lovely day, a bit overcast. Just nice. Many people walking along the beach. Burley Beach this is. Very, very popular.
Burley Beach, okay.
Yeah, 5 minutes from home.
You can find yourself a tree, put your beach towel underneath it. A lot of people walk on this.
Yeah. Oh, thanks for that. A little bit of a snapshot of Australia. Yeah, it's one thing I do miss. I miss the surf. There's a nice shot of the surf. There we go. Bring back some memories. Memories of my longboard and my tri-fin. I gave them the tri-fin later on in life. I couldn't really handle a tri-fin and started longboarding after that. I think you have to longboard after the age of 40, don't you? And that's the rule, isn't it?
I think so.
Just, one of those sort of things. Okay. That's what I'm going to do. I'm going to bring up my snapshots. What have we got here? Go into my Google Photos. Stuff I haven't put on. What's Chanya doing? You like this one? I bought her that 2 years ago. It's the first time she's ever put it on. I think it's the second time she's put it on. It's a t-shirt, okay? It looks quite cute. Yeah, this is the damage on the motorcycle. This is what Dan did. So this is what we're trying to sort of resolve. The front, the rear brake on the left hand side, that's a bit worn out, and the shock absorbers and all that sort of stuff, they need a bit of work. But other than that, it still rides pretty well.
Not your bike, is it?
Oh, that's Mother's bike. G'day, Oggy. How you doing? Oh, I should share the screen so you can get the live feed, so you don't have to wait for the go live. There you go. Yeah, so going live. You plugged onto the live. Yeah. Yeah. So a relaxing day at the restaurant. This is obviously the restaurant from last Wednesday. This is actually a nice little place. I quite like this restaurant.
Hey, hello. No budgie smugglers.
Don't talk about budgie smugglers to me. Yeah, she ate some food, then she decides to sit down and lie down and relax.
Nap time.
Nap time. They got these little what do you call it, karaoke huts. So I have a sneaky suspicion we're going to be ending up back here Monday night, except for the fact that, no, that's right, she said they were closed. I'm pretty sure she's planning something to do with a karaoke sort of thing, or a karaoke night.
Nice.
But yeah, so that's some interesting. This is from my phone camera. I don't use an SLR anymore. This bloody phone gives amazing photos.
Is that your Oppo?
Yeah, no, it's not the Oppo. It's an Oppo manufactured. It's a Realme. Yeah, Realme phones. Realme is manufactured in the Oppo factory. I'm not quite sure which one the Oppo factory is. It's one of the ones out of South Korea somewhere. But yeah, some interesting. So I think that one there is a. I can't sort of make it go much bigger than that. Oh, that's the high-res one. This is the 64 megapixel version.
Jeez Louise. That's awesome.
Interesting design though, isn't it, when you think about it? Yeah, so it has Lily Pond as well, and people wandering out there to take photos. I think I did that one. I think that one's fixed lighting. What's it going to do?
I'll talk to you very shortly, mate. I'm just going to going to the shops to get a feed.
Go and get a feed. Okay. I think this one's 64 megapixel as well. It is. I might make a backdrop of that one as well. When I pull it off the phone, unfortunately, it loses some resolution when it's uploaded to Google, because they have a compression algorithm that compresses the photos differently to the native on the phone. So I'll bring them into well, what was that one? This is the same one yesterday. That was the same place, yeah. What did she do? She stole my phone again. She does that. Oh, you always catch all the candid shots. They're always there. Oh, do you know we've got a new house guest. This is our new... Hey, God, TikTok. Yes, we got a new house guest.
You got a little kitty cat.
Yeah, it's just a stray, but she's made herself at home. And of course we've started feeding her as well, so she knows where the food's coming from.
Well, she's letting you guys hang around with her.
And she's very playful. She lets me pick her up and cuddle her. Won't let the Thais pick her up and cuddle her, I think. But she seems to think I'm her daddy now.
You mean she has adopted you?
Yes, she's adopted me.
You are now her pet.
Is that the way it goes? Yeah.
Yes,
as cats goes, you know, like it's just a stray. This is what happens with cats around Thailand. The strays. What was that one there? The other photos, yeah, I think some of them are already up on what do you call it? My Flickr. I tried, because I got to download the photos from the phone.
That is a long walkway.
It looks longer because I did the panoramic shot, but unfortunately, I can't produce the panoramic shot through the Google Photos. It's not intelligent enough. But it does, you know, when you upload that photo to Facebook, it'll actually give you that thing where you can swivel the phone around.
Nice.
There's another one.
I wish I could go there. Instead, I'm stuck here in COVID Central in the U.S.
Mm-hmm. That's right, Google, when it decided it does it, and it changes the lighting on your photos. That's the camera naturally. But then of course, what have they added? They added more blue to it. They blued it up. And if there's anything else that Google's tweaked. So I think they don't go anywhere. You've got to go somewhere special now to get them. Yeah, as I said, this is sort of, you know, she specialises in the younger style hairstyles that they want these days. Anyway, enough of my photo album again. What have I missed? Just sent you a short audio clip on Messenger.
See, Mark Van Doorn's asking if Chanya get her iPhone yet.
Hold on a second. Let's go back to. No, see, we're it's still in the lurch. We'll get up to it in a minute. Where's my Facebook? Facebook. Messenger. Mr. Mitch.
Morning guys, hope you're all well. Yeah, so just come back from the doctors now. Have had the vaccine, the COVID vaccine for the Chinese strain. So yeah, I thought it was going to be a little bit more painful. Doesn't seem to have had any effect or whatever. So obviously, yeah, side effects at this moment seem quite low, and just you know, not much to say right now. But hopefully in the future days that don't see too many side effects in Gentile and
Good one, Mr. Mitch. I'm pretty sure that's not Mr. Mitch. I've heard that one before. But I think somebody else sent it to me last week. But it is funny. Nice place to chill. We had a cat for about 10 years and then it left us. I guess I got tired of us. Fair enough, Charles. Reminds me of sitting around watching home movies on Super 8. Yes, well, you know, well, that's what I do. I make home movies, you know. I got a YouTube channel of home movies. Of course, when we used to make a Super 8, yeah, well, I remember the old crank. It was a crank handle. You had to wind the thing up, press the button to take these videos, these movies in Super 8.
You're dating yourself there, Warren.
I know. Yeah, that's
the old spring-loaded cameras.
Well, no, they were clockwork
no audio.
cameras. They had no audio.
Yeah.
They were clockwork, and you had to wind them up, you know, and then 25 frames per second, or whatever they were, or something like that. 25 frames per second, or were they 15 frames per second? I can't remember. But yeah, I remember so much of my young childhood from that, but I don't have any of that recollection anymore. All that film and everything else disappeared with the father's estate being taken over by his
girlfriend's son, who subsequently died, committed suicide or something like that. You only have seven dogs now. I'd rather have dogs than cats, but you know, this cat seems to have made itself known around the house. Maybe I shouldn't feed it. You know, of course, when I go for my little morning and afternoon strolls, you can buy these little, these little fish. You know, you get 3 for 20 baht. So I tend to bring home, a couple of packets of those, and I give them to her. So she gets fresh fish from me. And maybe that's why I'm her favourite, because I feed her fresh fish.
That will do it.
That'll do it.
I know what cats like.
No comment.
I thought Cody specialised in roadrunners. Coyote actually can run faster than the roadrunner. So we've been duped by Disney for so many years The Roadrunner is not only has a speed of about 22 kilometres an hour, whereas a Coyote is known to run at 26 or 27. So why he kept on? Maybe he tried too many Acme products.
Because the bird was smarter. That's why.
Yeah. Should have just left the Acme products alone and just run after the damn thing.
Yeah.
Sorry, Mr. used to live in Caroline County. Lots of cats, but sometimes they would just disappear.
Yeah, I lost my cat before the two I have now to what do you call those things? Either lost it to an owl or a vulture.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Fair enough. Charles Cock used to have a VCR. I had a VCR as well. After the 8mm was like in my pre-teen years. That's when we had that thing. But yeah, when we came back in '78, the old man got a VCR. We had VCR, and Betamax came out through '75 through to '78. And then you could get the portable VCR, which was a box about, you can't really sort of see, like a decent sized box you carry with the batteries, and you were cabled with this nice long cable to the actual camera, which was shoulder mount. Well, not really shoulder mount, it would actually get hold in your camera. I used to sort of hold it like that. You sort of needed 2 hands to stabilise it. It was quite heavy. And we used to shoot a lot of video back in those days. But again, all that stuff is gone. I'm quite disappointed about that. I'd love to have resurrected all that stuff. Stuck in Florida. Good morning. You adopt dogs and cats. You adopt tops, cats adopt you. Yes, I think that's what we've established that one.
No.
Right.
Watch your cat to the Chinese restaurant.
I sometimes wonder why, where the old cats go. But
Little Catatouille.
Catatouille.
Little cat kung pao.
What was that movie I watched the other night? Let me just bring up my folder. I actually was quite surprised. It was such a good movie. But I think I've just dumped it off onto my hard drive, didn't I? Movies.
Yes, welcome. Cats are very persuasive. They can bend you to their will with their purr.
Oh, that's right. A movie called No Escape. I don't know if you remember the movie No Escape. It's actually filmed. It's actually sort of it's filmed in Thailand, but it's actually sort of it's a take on the unrest in Cambodia, because at one part of the film they were crossing the border to Vietnam. IMDb. How about I should say IMDb. And No Escape. Yeah, it's one of those sort of movies I come across. Yeah, this one here.
Owen Wilson and Pierce Brosnan.
Yeah. I thought it was actually a really well done movie. It actually sort of had me quite, rooting for the guy, to get out, because he seemed to be doing all the right things. He had to kill somebody, and he was in the wrong place at the wrong time, and I was actually quite surprised how well it was shot now when it was filmed, and some of the locations around Thailand. You sort of tend to recognise them. And they're actually what got me the most was the fact that they're actually speaking Thai in the movie, and I was actually understanding what the Thais were talking about. There was no subtitles in the movies, but I was actually understanding most of the Thai that was being spoken. That's why I knew it was, although it was supposed to be sort of a coup in Cambodia, it was actually shot in Thailand, and those people in the film were speaking Thai. So it was actually quite interesting. But yeah, if you ever get a chance to check this one out, I thought it was really. I don't think IMDb gives it full justice. I think it's definitely over a 7 on that rating. I was really enjoying it. Yeah, another movie recommendation from Warren. Maybe that's what I should start doing with my Saturday morning. Warren's movie reviews, the movies I've watched this week or last week or the week before.
It looks like they've got a remake in 2020.
Yeah, well, I tried to make out what was that No Escape, but I don't think it's a remake.
No, it's a different. This one's in Moscow.
Yeah. Yeah, this thing here, I was looking at it, but social media person that travels to his friends to Moscow captured new content for his successful law, always pushing limits and catering. Yeah, so again, it's probably another one there. When's it released?
2020.
No, I mean, when's it released on video?
Probably direct to video.
Release date. I just haven't seen it floating around yet. That's all. Yeah. Anyway, maybe we could do a segment like Warren's movie reviews. I got the Thai language play-by-play. Download, yes. Thanks everyone for pretty well received, and my 80-year-old mum has had both shots now. Oh, that's good. Good to hear that one. And nothing serious, I hope. If you managed to weather the storm. Stephen's little joke there about blowing the candles out. Charles, your hero dies on the bridge. Anyway, where is it? 11:30. I don't know. We wrap things up. When watching the movie, my interpreter would repeat it. Yeah, okay. Anyway. What's it? Joe Elliott. Good morning, Joe Elliott. How are you? Good to see you coming along. I'm going to have to get my act together and start running something of some sort of format again. I've just been too busy doing other things in the last few. I've been playing. I've been playing Elite Dangerous.
What?
I've been playing Elite Dangerous. And I believe it's on Steam right now on special.
Another friggin' game?
Elite Dangerous? You don't know Elite Dangerous?
No, I don't. I thought we were doing Ark. No.
Oh, we're playing Ark, but we're playing Elite Dangerous as well. So, well.
Now I gotta go look and see what Elite Dangerous freaking is.
Elite Dangerous is a space sim. It's a little bit like Star Citizen in some respects. A little bit like it's a little bit across like a few other things. There's no voxel building, but it's go and do these missions and do that. But I've been actually sort of well, in some sort of respects, I've been sort of quite enthralled with it. It actually plays quite well. When I ran the thing up a couple of years ago when I bought it, I'm going, another one of these grinding games with not much to do. But Sonny's been playing it for the last 3 months. He keeps on hitting me up and says, when are you going to play these Elite Dangerous? When are you going to play Elite Dangerous? When are you going to play Elite Dangerous? And I forgive I'm giving excuses, but I actually started running it up. I finally got my HOTAS set up, so I can give you a copy of my HOTAS set up, which you probably want to tweak anyway. But you get this cockpit view of the flight mechanics are interesting to say the least. It took me about 2 hours to get the flight mechanics down pat. Now I've just been out grinding making money. as they do. But the reason why I wanted to start playing is the fact that it's the thing is going into what they call third person or first person view. So when they release this sometime throughout the course of this year, you'll be able to get out of your ship like you do in Star Citizen. At the moment you can get out and you can go from flight mechanics into ground mechanics, which is the what they call Horizon release. But this Odyssey update is what we're all, that's why I started playing, and I was going to get some rungs on the board before the Odyssey release. I don't know if there's any. If I go to the store page, maybe I'll give you a bit of a snapshot of one of the videos there. I'll do it. Yeah, and of course it's modelled on the what they've done. This is the thing. I actually flew to Seoul last night from where I was in the universe. I think it was 35 jumps it took me. You can't actually. You need a special license to actually land on planet Earth, and I don't have the license, so I actually went to Alpha Centauri. Now I'm actually at Barnard Star. But yeah, they've actually modelled on real what they call star mechanics. So they've actually got all the positions of stars and their relative. So the actual universe or the galaxy is the Milky Way you're actually flying in. And where they have data on the Milky, because I actually went to Alpha Centauri to see what data they had on Alpha Centauri, and they've modelled it on what Kepler has revealed of what is around the 3 stars around Alpha Centauri. I just wanted to make sure they actually had the 3 stars, not just the 2, because Alpha Centauri has always been known as a binary, but it's actually got, when you go there, they actually have the 3 stars of Alpha Centauri, which is Proxima. I think Proxima is the 3rd star that's been recently, the whatever. But yeah, so I went there, and not much to actually see there, but yeah. So you can actually land on planets and all sorts of things, and it's really well done. I thought the graphics, aren't so as realistic as what do you call it, as Star Citizen, and you are only getting a cockpit view of all the different places you go. But all in all, the mechanics seem to be quite playable. So I'm going to be doing a bit more of it, getting some more rungs on the board. I think I've got about 3 million credits, so I can get a sort of half decent ship now and get it kitted up.
Well, good. Apparently the production company has a bundle that includes 19 games.
What, that's on
Steam?
Steam, yeah, that's
$215, you get 19 games.
Yeah. Lost Worlds, no. Lost Worlds, Lost Winds, Planet Coaster, no. Planet Coaster, Jurassic World, no. No. Sorry. Yep, no.
Last but not least, Elite Dangerous.
Yeah, so I don't know. It's not showing. It's on $950. So it's $40. I don't know what's it show on yours on your screen.
$29.99 US.
Really, it's actually cheaper in America. Well, there you go.
A little bit.
It's the first
by
time
about 50 baht.
Yeah. Okay, there you go. You have to get it. You have to get it and come and fly with me. People, there's actually a faction that you can play what they call PvE version. And I've been flying around the open universe. I haven't been interdicted yet. I haven't had to go head to head with anybody, but you know, I am only still running around on the starter ship. I've kitted out my starter ship, but I'm still running around the starter ship. And just doing the basic missions, just grinding for money and doing a bit of NPC shooting, which has been, you know, a lot of fun. So, but yeah, it's an interesting game. I might go and play that very shortly. Anyway,
so either way you are, you're gonna go play a game.
Yeah. Predestination, Ethan Hunt. Predestination. Let's have a look at what he's talking about here. Pre-D-E-S. Oh, Predestination. This one here. Ethan Hawke.
2014.
The final Ethan Hawke. The final song on top temporal. Okay. I have to say I haven't seen that one. So let me just minimise that. No, not that screen. Let me minimise that screen.
Oh, it's based on Heinlein's All You Zombies.
Put that over here. Oh yeah, that's a 1080p version. Open the magnet.
Okay, just spin that one up. That's what.
Yeah, it's got some seed. It's seeded, so I can get that. That's all right. It's not going to come down super fast, but
looks like something fun to watch on Discord later.
Oh, okay. Well, that's coming down the wire now. Thanks for the recommendation. It's got a 7.5. That looks interesting. I have to say I haven't seen it, and I must have slipped by me at some stage.
Well, it's out of Australia. It's not out of Hollywood, so it's not, you know.
You think so? Yeah, okay.
Yeah, it cost $5 million to produce it, and they raked in $5.4 million.
Well, anyway, we'll see what it turns up. Okay, where are we? Yeah, it's a super cool movie with a real twist at the end. Yeah, I don't like time travel movies at the best of times because, you know, I'm very much Marty McFly's, you know, time travel. You know, I did Back to the Future. I did like Back to the Future and how they screwed with the timeline. But that, you know, there's so many things that can go wrong with time travel movies. Did you ever sort of see, what was that series? There was a series done on a chick comes from 2065 and comes back to the present day. So many things can go wrong, and the stories can get really twisted because of, you know, multiple loops in the timelines and things like that, and it's so hard to follow. That's why in Star Trek Star Trek have specific laws about time travel.
I just watched an interesting one. It was everything you want to know about time travel, or something like that. Done by the same people, I think, that did the British zombie movie. What am I?
Yeah, The Fifth Element. I did like The Fifth Element. I should see if I can. I've still got a copy of that somewhere. I should drag that out and watch that again. Quantum Leap. Yeah, I didn't like Quantum Leap. Quantum Leap was a bit on the weird side, and I think the actor didn't really do it well. That was
a series.
Yeah, it was a series. Yeah.
Well, come on. There's an entire subculture called the Baculites that worship Scott Bakula and that show.
Who's that? Which was it?
The
Which movie? Which movie or series?
The series you're just talking about, the Quantum Leap.
Scott Bakula, was he in it?
Yeah, Scott Bakula. He was the main character.
No, it wasn't he?
There's a whole group called the Bakulites. Yeah.
Scott Bakula. Oh, yes, maybe it's the way you said it. Yes, this guy here.
Bakula.
Bakula, yeah. I was thinking of somebody. I was thinking, what was that? There was another guy, similar sounding name, from Happy Days. Yeah, Sky. Yeah, I just didn't. Dean Stockwell was okay in it, but he was the protagonist, wasn't he?
No. Dean Stockwell was the supporting AI, not an AI, but he was stuck in the future, and then Scott Bakula was the one going back into the past to correct things.
Yeah. Oh, they just re-released. Was it what's that series? Babylon 5 in HD.
Oh, cool.
But it's still only letterbox file, still in 4:3 format though. I downloaded the first season, watched the first episode, and I'm going, I just really couldn't get back into that again. But anyway, what's this one here? Yes, I want to live. Yes, go to site. Wonderful town. 2007, the Sami-struck town of Ton movies, film development construction projects. Town residents? I can't see drama. Yeah. Not my sort of movie. Oh, it's a Thai movie, is it? Oh, language in Thai. Yeah, I don't think I'd ever find that. I've actually got Ombak, I think, downloaded the 3 of those with subtitles to help me improve my Thai language. Haven't watched them yet, of course. Anyway, as I said, I want to sort of get on and play some gaming, and I'm hungry, so I want to go and get some food as well. Stay safe, everyone. Off to bed. Okay, Luke M. I'll catch you later. Anyway, thanks for joining us all, people. I'm going to sort of wrap it up here. I'm going to come up with a better format for the live stream so we can stay on subject and do something and make something useful and interesting for people to watch. As I said, I've just been slack for the last couple of weeks. I just sort of partly losing interest in the whole live stream thing altogether because we're in lockdown. Nothing's happening. I can't go into town. Can't go in to see my friends. Well, I could, but you know what it's like. You don't want to risk it. I don't want to, go into somewhere that's a high risk zone. Because that's the thing. Where we are here, there's pretty much no COVID-19 for a 5-kilometre radius around where we live. So you tend to stay home and do the things around home. But then you bring up the map for what's happening in central Bangkok. You just don't know where you're going to go, what you're going to do, and what could happen. I don't want to be held responsible for bringing it back here and getting thrown in a mosquito in a tin shed with a mosquito cover, for 2 weeks, because I've been into forced quarantine. So we've been very, very careful to sort of be distancing for ourselves. But hopefully that will be gone in the next couple of weeks and we'll be able to get back into it. Yeah, 2021, the year of gamers. And of course, that's another thing I could do. I could always just do live streaming gaming. I did that a couple of years ago and I got a little bit of flack from my regular viewers. But maybe if we got Dowlow, of course, what could be a live stream is not complete without Dowlow buying me a thumbs up this time. Buying me a coffee or buying me a Red Bull cup of marker. But yeah, so we're simply sort of horse swaddle doggy into getting Elite Dangerous and coming and adventuring with me. And of course, I'm going to have to find where I put the what do you call it? The file, the HOTAS file. Anyway, I'm gonna wrap up here. Thanks for joining us. As I said in the title, nothing to report and land is not. I got nothing to report. A couple of things, a couple of hopeful ideas, but really, it's you know, things are opening up, but Bangkok's still in lockdown, and we won't know more until next week. Hopefully, the 3 videos I put out next week will give me something to talk about, you know, on the weekend and things like that. Anyway, I'm going to wrap it up and get out of here and catch up with you. And peace, Emma. Thanks, Dalla and Warren. Thanks again. Couple marked up from LMA, and we'll wait for the jingle before we go off. And you always want to hear your jingle, don't you? Closing screen. Come on, I've got my finger on the closing screen button. Come on, Mr. YouTube, hit that jingle. We want to hit the jingle. Hit the blah, blah, blah.
Jingle, 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 jingle.
Warren's gonna rest his back for it. There it is. Last one there. Super chat. There you go. And we'll catch up with you next week. Same bat time, same bat channel, with hopefully something to report. Peace out, guys. See you later.
Later, everybody. Have a good one. Stay safe.